Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Another Marvel Legends series review. This is Black Widow with the motorcycle. I initially bought this because I couldn't get the G.I. Joe classified Baroness on coil motorcycle, but since then I managed to get two. I managed to find one in Malaysia and my wife bought one for me anyway in Singapore, so never mind, I got an extra bike. Looks pretty cool. Figure looks okay. The face doesn't look like anybody I know from the movies, but the bike looks fantastic. Looks great. It says a sleek agent with the wheels to match. Natasha Romanoff cruises into action as Black Widow, and just shows some of the features on the back. Looks really nice. Let's open this up and take a look, and then we can compare it to some other figures and to the Punisher bike, which I just reviewed as well not long ago. So, perhaps disappointingly, I can't see any weapons with her. But we have this head here, which is pretty nice. We have the figure. Which looks a touch slender, if I'm honest. Almost too slender. And not curvy enough in the chest compared to the MCU. But having said that, this does look pretty cool. And then we have this bike here with suspension. Ooh, that's nice. Really good. So let me look at the bike first, because that's really got my attention. So we've got suspension, working steering. We've got this almost LED-like light. There is a kickstand on one side, but it doesn't want to balance on it. Not quite so far up, maybe. No. Having a kickstand's okay if it would stay, but it just wants to fall across. It's too, or just about too tall. I'd say a little bit shorter on that kickstand, then it'd be perfect. Really nice looking features. The only thing I'll say, having these screws there is not great, but, and it's got like an X, almost like, it's not quite the X-Men X, but there's an X there too. Nice. A bit of extra paintwork will look good, but this whole color scheme of the silvery dark bolt gun metal, the black and the red and the grey does look really good. And you've got some tiny dials there which do have like a speedometer indicator as well. I like this. Very nice. Figure, let's have a look at the standard head. Looks almost like two different people the way they painted the eyes, but it's okay. Let's look at her articulation. So she has a left and a right. She has not really a side to side. Very good down, has to be said. Up is all right, but it'll be less with this head because the hair are getting away. Shoulders, really good. I can't do that. If I have my back of the hands to see, I'm going to get like that high. She gets higher than me. There's no bicep swivel, but she can turn from the joint. Single elbow joint, she gets just over 90 degrees in each. Hands, they turn, and she has, let's have a look, gun articulation on the right, and she has wave articulation on the left, but there's no weapons. She has trunk, small forwards and backwards, tiny side to side. She can twist slightly. There is no waist articulation. Hips, see, they should make you do full splits because she's a kick-ass fighter in the MCU and even in the comics. Not as far as I'd like. Forwards, not great. Backwards, the butt sculpt gets in the way. There is a thigh twist, double kneecap, skinny legs. Yeah, nice and tight. And then there's no boot twist. She gets a really good tippy toe. Her dorsiflexation, her Michael Jackson, her tee-hee is amazing. Wow, look at that. And then her feet have a swivel outwards and swivel inwards, which is great if you're doing your legs out like this. She can still get her feet relatively flat to the ground, which hopefully will aid in her balancing. Say hopefully, maybe it won't. Let's have a look. Come on. Almost there. There we go. Not a bad figure, but because it's a more slender figure than the guys, they've sort of cut back on the articulation, which is a shame because some of the smaller scale figures you get 1/18 scale, even by Hasbro themselves, like the She-Hulk, Red She-Hulk, I think I reviewed, I still consider videos, had awesome articulation with like a double elbow joint. I could have done that on her easily. Okay, let's see how she rides this bike. Their feet stands are at the sides to her. Let's get that done first. Okay, there, and she wants to lean forward, so let's put this here, forwards there, hands there. Is she going to ride this nicely? I don't know. Let me look on the back of the box how they've posed her. And they've got us sitting on the bike to the side like this. But she should be able to ride this, hopefully. Let's have a look. I suspect that she's not going to ride this that well. Oh, no, that's all right. I'll take it back, but can she reach the handlebars is the issue. Maybe I should start with the handlebars and then do the rest after. Yeah, she's not sort of touching her butt to it, which is a shame. If I sit her down, she's going to let go with one hand. The bike is nice, the figure is decent, but it's really hard for her to ride it, and she doesn't come with any weapons. So in terms of scale, here's the bike that the Punisher comes with. They scale pretty well. Punisher bike is longer. Her bike is slightly higher, apart from the handlebars, but look pretty cool. And let's see how she scales. Let's stand her up. So the only female figure I've got on my desk at the moment is Hela from Ragnarok, and she's a large figure. So I suspect Black Widow look, yeah, rather tiny in comparison. Yeah, looking at a sort of a chest height here. Now, if I use a couple of guys, in fact, I'll use, again, Winter Soldier, because they're in the same movies together. Oh, hello. Punisher's baseball bat's rolling across there. Not too bad on the scaling of Winter Soldier. She still feels a bit too slender, though. Then if I use the Punisher, because I just reviewed him a minute ago, and he's out. And again, she scales pretty good with the Punisher too, but she looks almost like a different scale, slightly too small, I'd say. But having said that, she's not a bad figure. The bike is really nice. Just a shame that she can't ride it particularly easily. But never mind. And let's just swap the head around and have a look. I think this head probably looks better, but now she can't look up, still can look down, left and right, and she's still got a small side to side. It's a nice set, but I wish you could ride the bike easier, and I wish this kickstand, why does it want to fall always to the left and not the right? Okay, I wish the kickstand was maybe a touch shorter so it's easier to lean the bike over. Let's do it like this, looks better. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys. I'm signing out, saying please like, share and subscribe. I'll be back to more awesome action toy videos for you. Stay happy, keep collecting, and check out the rest of my content for more awesome action toy video reviews of Marvel Legends, 112 scale, 118 scale, bigger and smaller scales, and loads of different toy lines. Bye-bye.